Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in today. And today I want to talk to you about how you can go about doing a little bit more self-diagnosis using your hands to help narrow down when you're just feeling off. Sometimes we know why we feel bad. We feel afraid. Sometimes we know we just don't feel like we're connecting to things. And then sometimes we don't really know why we feel the way we do. And really with the energy body, once you start to be able to sense its state a little bit more, it helps you to narrow down what you really feel is going on for you. So that's what I want to start to do today. So it's really important. We're going to be using our hands again to scan. So if you haven't gone back to review the videos on scanning using your hands, please go back and review video 1 and 2. So the energy centers of the body basically are a way for us to receive energy from the sun, the trees, the universe, and it downloads into the physical body. So this conduit, if it's not functioning well, then we can really feel depleted in whatever area of our body that this energy center is governing. So for example, if my third eye center is completely shut, my thoughts can be super dark. Having any vision about anything is really difficult. Falling into obsessive thinking can happen here as well. So, and then, eventually down the road, if that continues, you can start to see physical manifestations in the body. So if you can learn how to nip this in the bud and stabilize things before it happens in the physical, this is a really amazing tool. But first is just understanding what it feels like when it's closed, what it feels like when it's open, and eventually you get to the point where you just naturally know the state of either or. Yeah, I can definitely feel if that's shut, I need to do something. So in the first initial stages of learning about the energy body, you need to learn how to figure out, what does it feel like with my hands when it's closed? So today I'm not going to talk about each individual's centers, what it governs and how it helps you. Today is more about just learning how to actually scan to see if they're open or not. So this information I'm going to share is generally about all of the major centers. So today I'm specifically going to talk about 8 energy centers. So we're used to the normal 7. I'm adding the solar plexus between the navel point and the heart. So that would make 8 today. And also to be clear, I want to just work on the front side of the body today. There are energy centers along the back, but the rules are a little bit different there. And I think it's important just to keep it very general and keep it simple for those that are just learning. So I'll point out, let's start with where the 7 centers are that we would be scanning. So I'll stand up. So the root, well, I'm not going to actually point to it if we can stand back here, but the root center, we would say for men, is basically located along the perineum, so the base of the body. The women's is in the back of the vaginal canal towards the cervix. So when you're scanning here, I just generally keep my hands down in this area. Sacral is going to be at the area of the sacral bone, but again, we're only talking about the front here. So around the area of the pubic bone, you can look there. Then the navel, solar plexus, as I mentioned, heart, throat, third eye center, hello, and the crown. So those are the 8 centers that I want you to start practicing how to scan. So how do we scan? There's many different things we can scan, and specifically today I just want to practice to see if the energy center, if you can actually feel it, if you can feel like it's open, or if you're not really feeling much, if it feels very wavy or very marshmallowy, or you don't feel like a good solid border at the edge. So you can do this in 2 ways. Once you've turned your hands on, because you've watched the videos before that I've made, 2 ways you can do it. You can take both hands, and if I were to say, you always have to say what it is you're scanning and when. So if I were to say my third eye center now, I would bring my hands in and try to feel, if you imagine a wheel here, I would be trying to feel with my hands the border of the wheel. So if that's open and functioning, I should start to feel a little pushback as I scan in. Now for me, having to feel 2 hands at one time can actually be a little bit more challenging than just using 1 hand. So the way that I've developed to scan is basically to use my finger and demarcate it as one edge of the chakra center. Okay? So if this is one edge, I could imagine that this is maybe this edge on this side. And as I bring this hand in closer, I'm trying to feel the border. And when I feel that edge, it's telling me, okay, yeah, there's an opening, there's something there, there's movement. It's not just completely shut. If I were to scan and start to come in and I'm just having a really hard time feeling anything, that's a very, very good indicator that there's something going on there and it's not open and functioning. So again, I would say my third eye center now. And I come in and I scan. Oh, there's a border. I feel that. Okay, that's open. All right, well, I've been feeling pretty crappy in my stomach lately. I wonder what's going on there. Like I don't know, my indigestion is up again. You were to scan there and you may notice, oh yeah, the energy's not really flowing there, not so well. So it's really a good thing to do to have a little list of each of the energy centers. So again, root, sacral, navel, front solar plexus, front heart, so on and so forth. And just start to measure and see. And for yourself, get a sense of what is your average across. Are most of them generally 4 inches across? Okay, yeah, good to know. That's important. Oh yeah, this one's quite larger. There's something going on there. Or that one's quite smaller. There's something going on there. And that's all I want you to practice right now. Later on in the videos, I'm going to, like I said, go through, okay, what happens if your root is closed? So I'll do a series of all those 8 if you want to tune in and see those. So happy practicing. Go back, turn those hands on, and then start to see, okay, what's open, what isn't, and get a sense of like what it feels like when that heart is closed. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you really like the videos that you're seeing, please click subscribe and like on the videos and join my newsletter, which is also, there's a link in the comments so that you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And thank you so much. Have a good day and happy scanning.